the team, out-fragging everybody. Crim's right behind him, and now we're on the third map. Jason, are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm absolutely ready. And here we go. Utility already being thrown over. It's going to be a drop-down ladder. It's going to be very, very quick. These USPs at the range can be so deadly. Fighting out in the open, Jax can't connect. Forced back towards the ladder, and Fnatic have overtaken the bomb train, but here's the counter flashes, and now the battle begins.
Well, that was actually the bomb that went down. Roland gets a shot in the face. Crims is out as well, and it's just Flusher and JW left. A fadeaway shot as he makes it past the E-box, and he can defend this for a while. Kenny trying to get close, and he'll land one more. A good double for him and for Jax, and G2 will pick up the pistol round in style, and that's in spite of the fact that they did not get any kills on the approach. It took a long time before they landed that opening.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's actually rough for Fnatic because they also couldn't get the bomb planted. That's great if you can get to the bomb train and get that planted and fall back even in a 5-on-5. So many bodies to clear out, but G2 just recovers very nicely. Headshots start coming out nice and clear. Kenny S gains some ground, and that's 1-0 for G2.
Yeah, I really think it made a difference that shot that Kenny got through the smoke was on Golden, I think, trying to put the bomb, so.
Well, speaking of Golden as well, since you just mentioned it, he's played a phenomenal series so far. He's been by far and away Fnatic's best players in these first two maps. They need more from the other casts. I don't think you can ask Golden to carry you all the way through a series. This is where you really need Crims, JW, Flusha, those guys with experience, Brolin, the young guy, to step up and be the force to be reckoned with here on Train, at least to start things out.
I agree. Get it back to that core and let Golden do the calling. Kind of a nice pick off early on from Brolin here, but he got double grenaded right away, so they just weren't expecting the Creek to stick around. A pretty beat up Fnatic team that's left here with 32 health on Flusher and Brolin both. That will be an issue.
Unfortunately, I think they just have to attack this bomb site before that smoke clears. Deagle's shots and footsteps give away the game. A second player has rotated in. That's Hunter. Jax can have a fast flank up the ladder, and with only 3 players, there's not enough manpower to defend the flank. So Fnatic at a huge, huge disadvantage.
Yeah, they really do. I don't know if that smoke was meant to just sort of edge its way over. Maybe it is.
I think it landed on a Molotov.
It did, but I mean, it sort of fell over the edge, which looked really funny. Roland has got a... That could be a very cool smoke. If that's the sign that way, I want to see that more. Hunter and Nexa. And Nexa just staying hidden back there. They have a grenade to try and
look at Brolin. Brolin's going to wrap around. Brolin might be able to do this if they could slow it down long enough for him to get into the action, but he wanted both. He wanted both kills.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, no, that was the only way they were going to win that, if he was able to find both defenders of that bomb site. That's a really cool round, a really cool attempt from Fnatic to get Brolin to sneak out that way. It's just a long time for those Deagles to have to keep the attention on them.
Yeah, and he had to try and double that up for it to even be halfway realistic. So, G2 will hold on to it. And this Molotov here is... I actually thought that was going to be way scarier, but...
Flusher didn't have the HP for that kind of an engagement. Good read from Hunter. Some kind of internal alarm rings out. So 2-0 for G2. And Fnatic is back, sitting right around 2,000 on most players, and just some pistols, some upgraded, some P250, some Deagles, but not a whole lot to be happy about. And Kenny S, he's got the AWP on the board already. That's one of those fights between him and JW we wanted to see. The AWPs going head-to-head, maybe not against each other, but just in general trying to defend for their teams.
I mean, if we can get that fight on the third map, it's going to be entertaining. They actually do pick up the Krieg.
That sucks.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, I got the Krieg. Aw.
But there are so many ways that this can, this can play out. Absolutely could be AWP versus AWP. We've already seen on all the maps. When Kenny's feeling really good about it, and he starts to become super mobile, he's running from site to site, sniping people.
Look at how much they're protecting the AWP as well.
Yeah.
They've given it to Jax on low HP, and he's just playing as far back as humanly possible while Kenny remains aggressive with the M4. Remember, it's not just such an important weapon for the defense of this map, but it's expensive. And especially in these first 3 rounds, investing in it is a bit of a risk. So no matter what happens, they want to keep that alive. And Jax, at this point, he's actually so far away from his teammates. If Crim somehow finds him, that would be a disaster.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, he's got back.
Get back to where someone could at least pick it up. What a shot. Crim's taking out Amanek, but Crim's alone, and they pretty much know where he is, so should be able to find a way to kill him in. 10 seconds left, and Amanek Actually, just assisting on that one. Jax ultimately the one to get the kill. So 3-0 in favor of G2. But now let's see. I think Fnatic, you know, might seem a bit strange that they're playing that round so slowly when they were quite obviously not going to win it.
Yeah.
But every kill matters. They just want to take as much away as they can, whatever round it is. That's a pretty good mentality to have. Make it expensive, even if you know you're probably going to lose that round. Extra kill on Amanek means he's at $100 here, for instance.
Well, into ladder room we go. Jax was there pretty quick. No one committed. Good shot from JW. Not a tough one. Kenny S walks right into it, but the ladder room presence is going to allow the rotation to get here in time. They hear the footsteps. Golden is already trying to cheat his way down. He's very low. That actually might force Fnatic back.
Yeah, they did some team damage before they even got on the ramp, so I'm really confused about that. Similar smokers to the last round. Nexa, he's immediately traded. That is a good push. Upper and lower at the same time. And Amanek might want to think about running over this AWP. Jax is weirdly flanking, but again, it doesn't matter when there's only one player on the other side.
The bomb is down, though, so that's why he's flanking. He might have a chance at least to slow things down, get them into the action, but the bomb is picked up now. The question is, how long does Jax want to risk this weapon for this kind of a play? And, well...
he had no choice.
Yeah, yeah, that was taken out of his hands, wasn't it?
They made that call for him. That's an interesting round for a bunch of different reasons. It's great to get that kill on Kenny right away, but I'm still confused by the fact that, you know, there wasn't more of a defense set up in there for G2. They actually knew a little bit beforehand, and they still kind of got caught by that upper part of the push. I left Nexa, I think, alone. I don't know. Didn't look like there was quite enough to stop that.
Was that the smoke that we saw in the previous round that they threw that left the gap towards that lower ramp?
It looked like that to me. So,
okay.
Maybe
we'll keep our eye on that one.
Keep seeing that.
3-1 for G2. All the weapons have been taken away. All the money has been taken away. 2 deagles, 2 nades. Ooh, Hunter's got a Zeus. We enjoy that. Probably for ladder room. Brolin's going to get out. He takes a little bit of nade damage. And he's dead. This could be big. If Hunter's able to grab one with the Zeus coming down the ladder, all of a sudden you've thinned out the herd very easily, very efficiently. Jax is down to 1 HP, and they've salvaged the Krieg on Amanek.
He is so ready if anyone was going to drop in his face. And it doesn't seem like anyone will at the moment. Yeah, Molotov on Jax. That's something to work with. There's the Krieg coming into play. Instant headshot on JW. A 3 versus 4. Still, Fnatic can swing their way back in. Golden is starting to creep out long here, and or at least up at the long side of the yard. That could be very interesting.
I think that's the only saving grace that Fnatic have is this position from Golden. I actually think the setup overall with G2 is much, much stronger. Golden needs his kill, and he's given away the element of surprise. Amanek playing with E-Box as cover with this Krieg is massive. Good shot from Crims.
Yeah, that's a very important kill. Molotov in behind, Hunter forcing him away. And now the bomb is going to make its way out. Nexa right there to get taken out, and Jax is so low on health. So they managed to find a way through here. Fnatic, you can hear them shouting. They're happy about this one. And they should be. If they'd lost that round, that would have really been a disaster. 3-2. So 2 in a row for Fnatic, although they really had to put in some effort on that one.
Starting to get some money building up, though, this Fnatic offense. And remember, much like what we saw with Fnatic and G2 on Inferno, that kind of economic back and forth at the start of the T side for Fnatic that gave them their lifeline kind of in that map. It's going to be a similar story here on Train. As long as the longer they can keep G2 from gaining a strong economy, the better it is going to be for them.
Boost. Oh, that lamp looked like it was obscuring at least one player. I don't know if you would have seen that. That's a bit scary.
Ooh, the flick down doesn't connect, but JW knew exactly where he was, and Brolin again comes right through that smoke.
Wow.
That's the op down.
Yeah, and that was just range. Crim's able to take it with the Krieg. Hunter up on top with the FAMAS. He's actually not going to get that kill away. Amanek instead, but he will finish off Golden right afterwards. Hasn't reloaded yet, and has enough bullets for the kill. He gets Lake and finally taken out, but that's pretty good just with the FAMAS. It's a 2-on-2, and a lot riding on this one early on. Still over a minute.
How did he have so much time to get all those kills? Not a single person from Fnatic was able to find his position. They must have just been fighting other players at the time, and it was just perfect peeking over and over for Hunter.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Nexa and Amanek grouping up, which I kind of like that. It's a risk because obviously if they end up in B, then both players are going to be miles away, but...
I like the group up. I think this is an ill-advised play with 38 seconds left on the clock is to push. I mean, that's one player out of the action for so long. Now, Amina can at least have this long-range glimpse, and this might be a kill. They might peek right into him. Oh, no. They set up for it. The jump across and the peek from JW with the op. They now have the information, and this can turn into a flank.
Wait, Amanek also goes this way. I mean, I don't know. If Nexa gets a kill, I'm guessing no one will ever imagine that the second player is also coming in from main like this. Seeing it, kind of long range with the FAMAS, it doesn't matter. That's great accuracy out of Nexa. Not the best weapon for that range now. JW, yeah, he's so worried about it and trying to fall back. Can he actually stop this? The bomb is on the other side. You can shoot under the train, but I don't think he wants to rely on that. They're going to get very close. They line up in front of him, and that's scary. Instant kill, and back around the corner. Amnek, he's just going to sit. Hold it in, JW.
He's got it.
Yep, he's got it. Trying once, but not going to get it. And that's a big win for G2. 4 rounds.
Yeah, JW must have thought that he was going to chase him. He really bailed away from that bomb so quickly. So good recovery, good retake from G2 in the 2-on-2. And obviously, Flusha, I said I kind of doubted the decision to push towards Ivy. This round it works. Flusha didn't expect that flank to be that early. Way overexposed out in the open. Oh, that's a bit silly. He's just peeking in, taking some pre-fire shots. This was, I mean, Hunter does great work. Aggressive towards the choke point, not making them comfortable, not allowing them to get out with any kind of confidence. Brolin.
Looks like it's going to be speed again, especially if Brolin can get this pick off. If he finds someone right here, they're ready, I think, to try and execute behind it. Out behind E-Box now is Jax. And he's going to win the fight, actually, with the FAMAS. That's, again, not easy. With the Molotov on top, we could tell.
Well, Brolin never saw him get to E-Box. I don't even think he thought that peek was going to come in whatsoever. Kenny S now a chance for a pickoff. Either way, one shot and fall back. If you can get away. JW knows this angle like the back of his hand. There's the peek. There's the shot through the edge of the wall. And Fnatic, I think they have to pick up the pace. They have to go through this.
I agree. I think they should have gone through that. You're down a man. You've lost pretty much the entire rest of the map. For all you know, they could be pushing up Ivy right now, so you don't have the time to go back and check it. Now, they are boosting back here, and yeah, even if they had stuck around next, they're not going to peek that. Smoke fades, and what a snipe from JW. A fight that he should not have been winning, but he did, and that brings it back into 4-on-4. They might still be successful here. The Swedish team looking for a little bit of luck early on here in the half. Nexa, though, will take a double kill at the FAMAS, turns it into a triple. That is outrageous. Thanks, Golden and Nexa. What a champion-level play coming through here on the B-bomb side. That is so unlikely.
Yeah, especially with the FAMAS. That's a weapon that you don't expect to see delivering a sequence like that. Fnatic struggling individually in some of these fights at the moment. Nexa must deathmatch with that FAMAS. That must be a practiced weapon.
I don't even know. You'd think he'd run out of bullets even. Just doesn't.
That's unbelievable. What a job on defense. And again, he was the player that when Fnatic doesn't press the issue of that smoke, he's the one that's able to rotate over and into position. A lot of time for him.
Here's something worth maybe discussing, especially in a round like this where Fnatic have the pistols. There really aren't that many maps left in the map pool at all that are very CT-sided. Train can be one of them. If you get the economy, you get, you know, 1 or 2 orbs up and running, you have all of the grenades to stop any aggressive plays early on. Yeah, it can be very, very tough on that T side. Fnatic, obviously, that's what they need to try and avoid here. They need to come in, get into a position where they at least can keep the G2 economy somewhat low, and those kind of shots help out.
Yeah, and then reset it. So all's not lost, but they certainly need to add more rounds onto the board. Last time these two teams met on Train was DreamHack Masters Malmo. It was a 16-5 victory for Fnatic. They've already matched 5, G2. Jax playing far back. Patiently waiting. You can understand why they're being passive, wanting to buy time for their teammates to get over into position. Jax is investigating. Amanek throws his smoke towards ladder room, and I think Fnatic are going to be fine with that. That gives him a little bit of extra cover to be able to get out.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever done it, but you can actually boost inside of that smoke to look over the boxes, and it's an incredible one-way smoke. So no one's ever really tried to do it. It could be interesting. Nice sniper away. That's some amazing accuracy. That's wonderful. Look at the master at work here. M4 tapping away. Quick quad kill. I'm going to say he would have had the last one too if he got the opportunity.
I don't even think some of those deagles shot a bullet. I don't even think they had a chance to respond. Jax has been playing a great series for G2. He's up at 12 kills, 3 deaths. And it's important to note, he's been the most active player in their entry attempts on the T sides as well. So if you have your entry player with a hot hand, that immediately makes things so much easier.
One of those players, I'll be honest, I'd never heard about until he was picked up.
Yeah.
I remember Amanek from other lineups, but Jax, I just popped in and was good. Pushing in front of the smoke is Kenny S. And he's got Hunter and Jax behind him. So you see all of the smokes are down from Fnatic. There's a whole wall of them right behind G2. So this aggressive defense is actually so good for this.
Yeah, they have all the information. They know nobody's out, and also they can take over that T mid. Exactly what Jax is doing. He's clearing it out. He's going to stay there. So that takes a lot of their minds, a lot of their worry away.
And if you hold T mid and they try and crunch from Ivy and Pop Dog, if you're coming up from that Pop Dog position, it is so hard to turn and look essentially behind you to check if anyone is there.
Same issue you have coming out of T mid, and ladder room's not in your control as on the T side.
Yeah.
We'll see how they handle it. 3 players going to be coming from Ivy, at least for the moment. JW now falling back with his AWP. No smokes left. Excuse me, 1 smoke left for the Fnatic offense. 4 Molotovs. Plenty of flashbangs.
They got the bomb back here. They got Crims over at T main for the minute. Amanek about to have a fight. That flashbang does nothing at all to him, but he can't land the headshot just yet. We see the coach there on the G2 side. Very tense at the moment, and for good reason. 35 seconds left. It's Flusher and Amanek traded. Broland, that's a nice pickoff. Finding Kenny, and now suddenly that defense is gone. Next, they're trying to push through, and that was being controlled well. What an amazing hit here out of Fnatic. I did not think that was going to work out anywhere near this well.
No, that defense needed a little bit more success on that initial battle over towards Ivy. Once they can start swinging out wide and you're forced away from that fight, all of your teammates are exposed. Kenny S between the trains. He's out in the open, and it's so hard to contain them from there. So Hunter desperately going to try and hang on to this gun. I think he should be fine. No one from Fnatic is going to chase too far across the map. So a 3rd round for Fnatic, and this is one of those situations where they've accomplished enough with the economy to make this next round buy from G2 a little bit tough. Kenny will still have an AWP more than likely. Jax and Amanek are going to be able to have a solid buy. Nexa might be hurting a bit, but one more round, Fnatic. If they combine these 2 rounds in a row,
yeah,
the economy's gone, and all of a sudden you're looking at a very nice T-half.
I actually think if they manage to do that, then
they're set for the half.
Yeah, they've at least reached the basic level of being competitive, and that would feel great. They weren't that far away from running into Jesus.
I mean, that's just, look how hard it is when they can start swinging like that. Remember, the player on top of that train was forced all the way back into jumping off. I think that was actually Amanek.
Yeah, it was. Golden definitely feeling the pressure and the stress of the moment. 10th round coming up. Double AWP in their hands, lacking a couple of grenades, lacking armor entirely on Amanek. Could be an issue. JW, immediate jump down. That's pretty aggressive.
He's fine with it. Was hoping to beat a CT to the punch. Jax holding this with an M4. No one willing to be the aggressor. JW just hoping someone pushes towards E-Box. Now going to get smoked off. That'll change his plans. There's 2 kits on the G2 side. They've invested everything into this round. Double up setup, which you can't even argue with considering they're going to run out of utility pretty quick. 3 smokes and a Molotov and an HE left. They have no flashbang, so you want those ops to be able to just hold angles like that.
Yeah, that is exactly it. If you're lacking in the utility, nice to get that kind of a pick-off. Golden goes down. Smoke, I think maybe Amanek would have been dead if not for that. So good timing. 50 seconds, and JW, that needed to be a kill. Now they know you're coming under a bomb site once again. A smoke to buy even more time. The Molotov just to try and make sure no reinforcements. Oh, but it's a 2-for-1. I don't even know how. Amanek dropping JW and Flusher. We're going to need to see a replay of that. Crims in a 1 versus 4. And there is nothing that he could do at the moment. Trying to get back behind cover, but Nexa will find him. 7-3. What just happened?
Surely that was through a smoke or something. Amanek was all the way back by Ivy. He had no pressure on him the whole time. Let's see. Yeah, oh, he just spots the leg.
Wow.
That is ridiculous. Flusha is going to be frustrated with that one. Here we go. Full investment for Fnatic. So, listen, G2 defense, that's a great hold. They dodged the economic issues. They dodged the money problems, at least for the moment. It's still not great, But they still have the double up setup, and this time Jax beats him to the punch. Takes some damage from the Molotovs, but he at least forces them back.
I don't know if we'll see it in this half, but this game can change so much if G2 run out of money, because it opens the playbook for Fnatic to do so many more things. They can be way more aggressive, they can beat a bunch of timings, and try and see if they could go for this B-bomb side. Once again, it looks like Hunter and Nex are inside of it, and Nex especially, he's been so hard to take down on this bomb side. They don't have a lot of grenades or anything else, and they're just waiting for it right now. Smoke to block them off, and they're going to try and see if they can come through. That's very ambitious. Molotov goes up and helping him out is Hunter. They didn't check the corner, and a big double spray coming through on the Krieg. He turns 180 to take down Flusher, and I think they wanted to flank and run through C connector on half of that. Didn't work out.
Well, they also tried to beat a timing to have a second player at that inner bomb site. They wanted to get in there before that second one came back, but that's a perfect bait and switch for G2. That player, whoever backed up along that bomb train through the Molotov, that is a brilliant sequence of decision-making for him.
Yeah, Nixa just
pulls him right into his teammates' waiting arms. Kenny S and Amanek still with the AWP, and now with that big of a shutdown, G2, they grow the bank. They have a 5-round lead, and Fnatic have nothing. They have to call a timeout and discuss this. Yeah, Nexa and Hunter just do an incredible job at this inner bomb site.
Yeah, that's a team that's apparently very hard to take down. Kenny is loving his life right now, and I can't blame him for it. Up 8-3. That score is, I mean, the lead is good. It's a 5-round lead, but that's not the big deal. It's the fact that they keep the economy. They keep the Krieg there on Hunter. Sawn off shotgun on JW, all right.
Brolin's bought down to 500. It might have been him accidentally buying a shotgun.
Well, yes.
Otherwise,
make
why
lemonade?
would... Yeah. I was going to say, JW uses the Kraken.
Yeah.
That's the only skin I know of players. Amanek just waiting. Timing shot isn't going to connect. Blood, but no damage.
Strange how that works.
Yeah, that's a unique feature.
So, I mean, there is no reason for G2 to be aggressive or experimental in this round. They can probably guess the economy of Fnatic. So wait it out. Just let them show up, or let the time run out if they are willing to do it. Some damage being dished out. The Deagles are a threat. JW proving why. Obviously, the Sawn-off really not going to do anything at this range, so...
Nex is still holding on to the inner bomb site. His teammate just rotated back. That was Kenny S to throw his smoke, and ooh, Nex is going to be tested from above. You could see him backing up to isolate himself from anyone coming down lower ramp. There's the first kill. Now he can transfer down, but his teammates are here. Actually, 2 AWPs are here. So JW, there's no access this way.
No, he's not welcome at all. Smoke is going to be fading, but yeah, long range with that Deagle. Not really a fair fight. 9-3 in favor of G2. Again, this is why Train is a little bit of a different map than many of the others in the pool right now. Used to be that we could sort of class nuke in there to some extent, but not so much anymore. Very different experience. Is Train the last map that has this feature? It's not that it always is like this. That's not what I'm trying to claim, but you can get the spiral going.
Yeah, this can slip away from you very quickly. Well, I mean, here's why. If you start looking at the money of guys like Jax, Kenny S, and Amanek, once you start building up money, it's hard enough to get one round on the CT side, but if they could just constantly rebuy and refresh every single nade, then that second round is just really hard to get. And the way Fnatic's been playing, I said they, you know, on Dust 2, they weren't playing their best game. I still think that's the case. And I think it's going to be extra tough for them on the T side here on Train to find something. If their individuals aren't on point, like Fnatic has to have that kind of individual intuition. It's like the hallmark of Swedish Counter-Strike, and if they're not creating enough, then no opportunities open for their teammates either.
Yeah, opportunities is really, I think that's the key word. They just haven't had enough of them right now.
Entries are hard to come by when there's Molotovs and smokes in every choke point. Here's a chance against Jax.
Are they going to go for a double drop? They could be setting up for it. He doesn't have another health, and oh, he turns around. I'm shocked he got the kill anyway. Brolin will take down Hunter. Amanek and Kenny now out in the yard, and Nexa on the flank, 40 seconds. This defense is going to be real close, and now that Kenny's gone down, it might not even be possible. Nexa, the flank is only good if there's any kind of a distraction, and he will get absolutely shut down. Flush up, instantly seen it. And now Amanek, I mean, they have enough money to buy in the next round, but again, saving the AWP would still be nice for them. 4th round for Fnatic, and I guarantee you this is an important round here.
He could go for a Ninja Anders. He's got a smoke, he's got a kit, and they have no idea he's here. He's been here this whole time, not... Ooh, that's a great flick up. And now he has to back away.
I was gonna say, if that was how they lost the round, that would have been too heartbreaking.
That would have been funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A cruel man, Jason.
Yeah.
They win the round.
9-4.
9-4. That might not seem like a lot, but again, it really all matters right now. And there is a big chance for the Swedes once again here. The money, if you look at it on the G2 side, they're going to be buying a lot in here. If they could get to 5 or 6, I actually think Fnatic are just going to be celebrating going into the second half.
Yeah, 5 would be massive. It's a lot of cash that everyone's eating into. That's a pretty good flick from Amanek, all things considered. And Amanek still has some money to buy in the next round, a final round if needed. Those ops have not left their hands too frequently throughout this half, Kenny S and Amanek. Once they got the double op setup rolling, it's been pretty efficient. A lot of utility. 2 Molotovs towards T mid.
Well, they're out pretty quick in Pop Dog. Crims has been snuck in there. They are setting up for another A-yard crunch at the moment. They could come in at every angle. There's 4 people defending right now. 2 of them at T main. They're going to be pushing aggressively once again. So, I don't know. Hard to break right now if you're a Fnatic when you've lost control of main. At least they're going to have to go back and take a look at it. Jack's back here at Pop Dog, so...
He was the one that went into main and then backed out. They threw a deep smoke to act like they still have control of it, and that actually might funnel Fnatic into a stack elsewhere.
Well, last time they did this push is when they had the fight with Amanek, who was up on top of the train.
Yes.
This time he's down low with the AWP instead. Let's see if they can land a flashbang or anything to get rid of him here. 50 seconds, that's the bomb down at Ivy. Smoke, it actually does work out right in front of him, and he can just guess, and he's got it right, taking down Golden. 40 seconds, they need to move. This has sort of already been found out. Jax is going to go down, not even checking behind him. A gap in the defense, 35 seconds. Kenny being brought in now from CT spawn as Hunter gets a kill on Crimson. Hunter's alone. He's got no backup out here. Brolin and Fusher are looking for him. Amanek trying to cover it, but Hunter got no chance. Amanek, can he do a bit more? The first shot was through the smoke, but now he needs to get that flick, and it's not going to happen. JW sneaking close. No scope. Of course he tries that, but the bomb goes down, and it's a 3-on-3. JW covering 2 people in this lineup. Good kill on 1. He escapes death, tries to get it through the wall, and now Nexa inside of the smoke and C connector in a 1 versus 3. I can't believe that Fnatic managed to force their way into this A-yard. They had to fight every step of the way, and they're going to finish the round right there. Brolin with a nice triple. That's really impressive.
They've only been punished by it twice, but it actually might turn out giving Fnatic 3 rounds. This is looking like G2. These setups that don't have a player dedicated towards Ivy, they need to fix that. When there's a 3-player down Ivy from Fnatic, they've won every time, and it's just because there's no way for anyone from G2 to cover the teammates aggressive towards mid. You have to have someone actually pushed up in mid, pushed up in ladder room, but when they're all out in the open, as soon as that part of the map is compromised, the defense just starts to crumble. It starts to snowball away from you. And listen, this is going to be a bit of conjecture, but we know in this team, obviously multilingual. Jax has been the player that they talk about has had to adjust to that kind of a situation, and he's also the one who wasn't able to kind of contain that defense later on. Amanek able to get the 1 kill, but nothing that Jax can do to turn around for the communication.
Yeah, that's a big deal. He just got shot in the back of the head for, without any chance to reply.
Especially when it's hectic, especially when there's smokes, especially in a semifinal.
9-5. The money not good on G2 here for the 15th round. They've bought whatever they can. Early attempt there for JW. Sticking around to eat that HE grenade and getting the kill on Jax. And it's all worth it. Again, 5 rounds means Fnatic are competitive. Suddenly the map is back in contention. Looked like G2 could have closed them out.
Here we go, almost. I think actually, was he tagged? No, that's Amanek up on top. It was Hunter who lost a little bit of HP. Kenny S holding on to Epox desperately, and Amanek slides into position. He's got another, holding on to this first train, swapping out for the Krieg as well. And it's hectic outside in the yard, but Fnatic coming out on top. The 3 final kills get them up to 6 in the last 3 rounds of the half to give them just an extra little bit moving forward. Now on defense, Flusha and Crims to defend inside, and Crims could have an easy early spot. What's not so easy would be getting away when they turn this corner. Seen one, and yeah, he bails out. They don't swing wide to take the challenge.
Yeah, but they get spotted kind of. That actually forces a Molotov. I'm almost a little bit surprised. G2 don't have that much to fight with, but they do have a P250 on Nexa and smoke and a flashbang. So once they set it up, it's going to be quick, right? They can't really mess around with these grenades, or this one grenade, really.
Yeah, well, they need to get into... I mean, Fnatic need to get a couple kills before they get this bomb planted. Flusha's going to be smoked off. He's going to transition forward, actually, on top of the train, but they need at least one. 5-on-5 retakes at the inner bomb site are so difficult, and they've already lost Crims. Kenny S picks him off long range with a Glock, and almost another one. Brolin's down to 20 HP.
Really accurate shots coming out now for G2, making life hard on Fnatic. How do you actually retake this? They have a smoke and a kit themselves, but that's not a lot of comfort when you can't even get close to the site at the moment. Jax a little bit spotted out, actually forced back into a fight. I can't believe he's still alive. JW and Golden and Fnatic fighting their way back. He hasn't had a chance to reload yet. Jax will find one more kill for the double, and now it's all on Flusha, and he's not going to get a chance either. Hunter will take him down, but Jax actually picked up a double.
I don't know how he lived that long. If he goes down, I think Fnatic might be able to make that retake happen. That's now, what, both pistol rounds here on Train going to G2? That's brutal if Fnatic cannot respond in this second round. It's going to be very difficult to win Train if you don't get a pistol round. And Jax is just a beast. He's been it all series long. Everyone in G2 in double digits now. Fnatic have some real issues in this second half coming up.
He can't believe it either. He looked like he was just as shocked as everyone else.
It's wild seeing the rest of his teammates just get one-tapped just immediately when they peek, and Jax is able to dodge everything.
And he was, again, he was spotted as the first player. He was forced back into someone waiting for him. You would have thought that would be the immediate shutdown. But not this time. Double scout, CCs. Flusha with a CC in this B bomb site always makes me, you know...
He's got an HE grenade as well.
Yeah, it just makes me nervous. I've seen it too many times. He's got some really grotesque highlights from this bomb site.
Well, this time he holds on to the smoke. And the previous round on the pistol, he dropped that Molotov, as you mentioned, curiously early, and without a whole lot of pressure being applied. 4-round lead for the G2 offense. Those nades don't connect as the whole defense is very far back and passive.
Yeah, it's fine, I think, for G2 to be spending a little bit of time here. 45 seconds is still perfectly doable. If we get close to 30 seconds, I'm going to start to make some different noises, though.
Well, especially considering there's still 4 HE grenades on Fnatic. 2 of them outside. I don't think Fnatic really has a good read of what's coming, though. At least in that case, G2, yeah, there's not a lot of time left, but they've disguised their attack for as long as possible.
Yeah, they don't know, but one mistake, one little bump in the road, and this could be over. 16 seconds, Broline gets a kill. The bomb is making its way there slowly. Next, they're going to try and put it down, and yeah, they can't stop him. Again, that's great for G2, but what if someone is hiding somewhere on that site or just comes through a smoke? It's so risky. It's a job well done at the end of it. Crims will get a kill with a scout, but they should be able to hold on still. 2-on-3, Jax and Animec. There's no kit in play, no smokes to force any fights. Let's see what G2 could do to hold on to this round. It's Jax with an instant headshot and tapping the bomb. It's so out in the open. Crims will fall. They take everything away and they win the round. And they're going to be excited about that, but man, that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it does make you a little bit nervous. It is a bit rough. There are some landmines out there. Either way, they handle it pretty well. 11-6 for G2. And that was a full investment from Fnatic, so it's going to take them a bit longer on the CT side to get their economy underway and their economy beneath them.
11-6. No money here on the Swedish side. Have to wait a little bit longer before they can actually have a way to reply. But again, this is where Train becomes such an interesting map. Fnatic could do the same thing. If they get their economy built and start to shut down G2, they're not going to be safe on that side either.
Yeah, I think it's just so tough when you think about, for me, all that's going through my head at the moment is some of the pistol rounds throughout this series. I think Fnatic's only won a single pistol round across all these maps.
Yeah, and what they've been good at previously, right, is winning the follow-up rounds, at least if they lose the pistol.
Yeah, but this has been G2 winning both pistols on Train and both the ensuing, second and potentially third round, which should be a third round victory here for G2. So, I mean, just on this map alone, you already have a 6-round advantage just from the pistols.
Stack inside of B. Even if they show up, it's not the most intimidating setup when you have no grenades. Don't mind them trying it, obviously. JW going to be put to a very tricky test with just the USP. Even with the headshots, it is not enough here. And inside of B, Nexa and Amanek are combining to try and see if they can win that fight straight up. And it is looking good. Up on the high ground there. I'm kind of surprised no one's found Golden. There we go.
They got him. They got him now. He gets a kill, and that's it. So...
Well, we had this discussion, didn't we, before, about leaving the door open for Fnatic, about putting them away when you had the chance. G2, they did that once before, and now they need to do it one more time here.
This is a problem, though. If they win just one gun round before Fnatic actually builds up any money, then Fnatic's in a whole lot of trouble. JW has an AWP with no armor. They have one kit on Flusha. Again, he has to drop down to an SMG to get it. A lot of bodies heading towards the inner bomb site.
I think you're exactly right. If they win this round, G2, Fnatic, their economy crumbles one more time, and yet then it's panic time.
It's just going to be an inner hit. It's going to be towards that inner bomb site, at least for the moment, unless they see something they don't like, and that's exactly where Flusha only has the SMG. He does have a Molotov that he can drop, and depending on the timing of that, it could be deadly.
It's surely going to be smoked off. I don't see a world in which G2 don't smoke this particular point off when they come down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Might as well do it.
Even if Flusha does everything perfectly at this moment, if Golden dies too early, if Golden cannot cover the upper ramp, they're in trouble. There's the Molotov.
This is such a weak defense at the bomb site. Golden trying his best. Oh. One more headshot. Outrageous. I can't believe he managed to get both of them. This shouldn't be happening right now. They had nothing in here. Flusha still trying to hold on to it. The MP9 and looking up, but sneaking in behind is Brolin, and now they're in a lot of trouble, G2. This should have been their round. They had the right read, the right call, and almost no defense, but it's falling apart. Hunter going down, and Kenny on 12 health, and Fnatic will win the round. In spite of everything, that is such a start for Golden.
That's the double kill from Golden that saves the day. The Molotov from Flusha makes that hit disjointed, but the 2 kills from Golden keep him alive, allow him to stay in that bomb site, stay active on the defense. And even Nexa, there was a little bit of extra delay on that because Nexa has the bomb, this player right here, who eventually will kill Golden, but he's got to fall back to watch for that flank. That means he can't plant the bomb, which forces G2 into an awkward push forward. They don't get the bonus money either. Up in Kenny S's hands, up still in JW. This time it's backed up by armor, backed up by utility and kits.
Not out of the woods yet, Fnatic. Still not a strong enough economy to really feel safe. And G2 probably know it.
That's another attack towards the inner bomb site. Right out of spawn, this is called.
Yeah, how quick can they be about it?
I mean, perhaps just feeling like they got everything they wanted, they got everything they thought they would, and just didn't win the fights against Golden. But they're going to test it again one more time.
I mean, Golden's position is even one that can be Molotov. You can land grenades down there pretty quickly. Let's see what they do. Over a minute on the clock, and they try and do it one more time. Has he got another double kill in him? He's certainly looking for it. He's going to get the one, but a swift return. Amanek with the MAC-10 running up and taking him down. So 4-on-4, and they're going to try and see if they get the bomb plant down right now. Nexa has picked it up, quick with the bomb plant. No one dare to interrupt it. And now this retake, Fnatic, if you go for it and fail it and lose the rifles, that could be your chance to be the grand finals. A dink through as they take down Hunter, and now you're definitely going to go for it. This should be very hard to hold all of a sudden. Kenny with a shot on JW to take him down, but still a 3 versus 2. And Amanek sneaking close. I can't believe they just turned it around, G2. This is a 2-on-4 that they've maybe brought back, but Kenny can't find the flick, and it will be Fnatic running up. They have a kit on Brolan. They can win the round. 8 on the board.
You can see how much more pressure there is if Golden doesn't get a double kill, if he doesn't stand tall and deliver an exceptional performance on that defense. Flusha, again, 2 rounds in a row with just an SMG, just had to back away, makes that sketchy. But good picks immediately upon arrival for Fnatic, make that retake doable. And G2, yeah, I don't even mind them going back to it because, like I said, they saw something that they liked. They said, you know, we're calling this strategy for a reason. We had the exact defense we wanted. Let's go back to it. This time they get a plant, but can't run it 3 rounds in a row. They've gone inner every single round, essentially.
Well, the big deal as well, even with the bomb plant, they actually don't have that much money. So right now, this feels like Fnatic they've withstood the test early on in the second half here, and they had to.
I think they have one more small one in this round, in my mind, just because the Deagles, you have to imagine someone's going to be picking up Deagles. They're going to have some kind of danger in this, and there's 3 players that are at $100 or less on Fnatic. This is a round where they have to build money. Not just keep it in their pockets, but they need to actually grow it.
I agree. I mean, remember some of those rounds on Dust 2, where, you know, they were up against pistols and they lost 3 rifles, I think, back to back? This can't be one of them for the Swedes. This is where they have to make, yeah, I absolutely agree. Maintain the economic lead. Rush towards Flusha. MP9 in play. He wants to fall back and just put down the Molotov. That's smart. Again, just make this expensive, but through the smoke, a little bit of justice and revenge. And Golden, he goes down. Amanek is charging them. He's got 17 kills, and now he's trying to catch them close to the AWP, taking down JW. What is going on? Brolin and Crims left. This is not how this was supposed to play out. They just wanted to economic damage, but they make it around. Fnatic shell-shocked. Brolin inside of it has no idea what's hit them. Around for G2. I can't believe it.
Flusha just had no backup. He did everything he could to keep them from shuffling into the bomb site, but no one was there in time. The Molotov forces the first rotation player in CT choke point to be fighting inside Flames. That's just not the round for G2. That might be the semifinal. That might be a shot at the trophy that they just stole away from Fnatic with this one rush. And props to Amanek for keeping the pressure, pushing the whole time, never slowing down. And they barely invested everything. Look at how the money has ballooned for G2. 4 players, right around 4,000, and back to the inner bomb site. They're saying, Flusha, we're gonna take care of you all day long.
Golden will land one, but yeah, he can't do it with the deal here. Shooting Flusha through the smoke. That there is some sort of poetic justice in play there. Hunter turning around for it, and yeah, he's gonna have the timing against Brolin, trying to sneak on through. 14 rounds is where they're gonna land G2 here. This is so close now.
Well, this is so many rounds towards the inner bomb site. This is the next step of this G2 attack, is you're starting to train Fnatic. Like, they can no longer get away, even if they want to. They need a second player inside with Flusha. They've just shown that they're not afraid to go inside. They're not afraid to rush it with MAC-10s. They're not afraid to slow it down and to go with AK-47s out the upper ramp and do a set piece. But now that's going to overexpose the outer bomb site. So Fnatic, oh man, that rush is so brutal. This is really their last shot. It's taken the AWP away from JW. Flusha again is going to be playing with an SMG. Think of how you can fake the inner bomb site if you're G2 as well.
Yeah, and you could even just, like, how much pressure would you need to apply normally to get Flusha to use the grenades? Well, now it's almost nothing, right? He has to put down those Molotovs early. He has to try and do it. They brought Golden over. Part
of me kind of hopes they were going to rush it again. Yeah, they have to. 2 players, Nexa and Hunter, and this time they want to get aggressive. Kenny S with the run boost, looking for a peek. The utility for Fnatic is atrocious. 1 kit. No flashbangs. Excuse me, 1 flashbang on Flusha. Not only have they brought Golden over, but they've actually put, what is that, Brolin in ladder room to have a fast flank if need be.
Yeah, they're rightfully paranoid about this particular thing. They might go B, but with Amanek lurking out Ivy, that would be an interesting wrinkle. Not always easy to pull that off. JW just a blind shot through. He doesn't really know where Amanek is, or if he's even there. They're setting up for a bit of an execute. Let's see if JW over-rotates. If he starts running, Amanek will hear it. He's hiding inside of the smoke, and on the other side, let's see. Execute in, but JW patient. He'd already been called in by a team. I'm guaranteeing they'd already called that out. Nice entry anyway. Jackson, Nexa opening up the bomb site. They just cannot hold it. Fnatic, this is a nightmare. Another kill comes through. Jax is unrelenting, and he's finally brought down, but that double kill might have still done it for them. Crimson, Brolan, what do you do?
You have to save. I mean, Flusha had the kit. That's going to be at the inner bomb site somewhere, but how do you find the kills quick enough to even pick that up and recover it and go for more? And this is everything you have. Your money's even worse after this round if you lose everything. There's Nexa finding Brolan, and Crims has to back away. He'd love to pick up a better gun, but this B bomb site is crumbling.
Just hitting the same weakness over and over again. Even just a slight variation. I'm impressed that JW didn't immediately run, because that would have just made that round worse, but didn't matter in the end. The entries are so powerful. Jax with a double, Nexa with a double, 15 and 8, and this is semifinals point here for G2. They're a round away from being in the grand finals.
I wonder if this is actually G2 identifying a weakness before this game, because look at the way they've called. Remember, they lost rounds 4 and 5 attacking the B bomb site. Or excuse me, they won a round, but they lost that round, that retake where they actually had the bomb site. Yeah, 4 and 5. They had the double kill from Golden and then the retake in the following round. But then they kept going to it, and then it started working. So it's bold to call B hits that frequently. Amanek out mid. He's picked off.
Yeah, just trying to run the gauntlet. Deep grenade actually lands a little bit too far behind them. But yeah, it's all on this round here. The Swedes, they need 7 in a row. They can make no more mistakes. And G2 coming out through the smoke, trying to take a bit of a fight at Pop Dog. It's looking very disjointed right now for G2. Been segmented out here in the yard and pinned down behind all the train carriages. Not looking good at the moment. And that's a flawless round out of Fnatic. I think it's going to take more than one round this time to bounce back.
Yeah, I think it's too little too late to imagine, 6 more rounds without a mistake out of Fnatic. That's going to be so difficult, and they...
Don't say that, Jason. Don't say that.
Listen, this isn't 2016 Fnatic, 2015 Fnatic.
G2 fans, you know where to find him when the
curse strikes.
When the curse strikes. I don't know. If I'm G2, I'm not thinking any thoughts like that.
Well, remember, we actually casted a pretty good comeback from Fnatic, the finals of Katowice in 2016 against Luminosity, the Brazilians. Was it 12-3, 13-2 at half that Fnatic recovered from and ended up winning in overtime? That was in the grand finals. Here in the semifinals, 6 more rounds of a comeback for Fnatic. And that's just for overtime as well.
Yeah, but if it gets to overtime, the whole mental game changes, doesn't it? A different fight at that point in time. Jax at 20, Nexa at 20, Amanek at 19, Kenny and Hunter at 16 and 15. That's a tremendous team effort coming out right now from G2. What a revelation they've been this tournament. Oh, and a wall bangs, shooting.
Oh, he got both!
No way!
Have you ever seen anything like it? Kenny S has started his team off. They don't even realize it yet. But they'll see on the kill feed the assists.
And if you're Brolan, I mean, he got grenaded afterwards, you're going to be thinking, what? I've never seen that ever happen before. But he watched Train at least 200 times.
Well, more than that, for sure.
It's going to be...
Well, it's gone from bad to worse for Fnatic as they line up potentially their last defense across the map. Brolan in ladder room with that low HP. As you mentioned, one more nade, if he doesn't move out of the way fast enough, would do it. A player on the middle train in the outer yard and a player close to Ivy. That's JW. All individual defenses. And how does Brolan play this? If he has to fall back with this HP and reposition himself, where the hell does he go?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know. He's also in a position where they can throw Molotovs behind him and grenade. He's actually in a lot of danger here. It's going to be a smoke instead to try and see if they can force him back. And it looks like, can you guess it? They might end up back at that B bomb side. I think Amanek is just making noise. He does go down, so if they want to go B, they should probably speed it up. There's only 25 seconds here. Maybe a chance for Fnatic in spite of all the early damage. Jax looking for an opening, and this time he does not get it. For once, they are stopped. 17 seconds. Nexa will get another one in return, and walking right into the shot, but there's no bomb plant here.
Oh!
And he turns around for it. 10 seconds, though. Kenny, he might be good, but he can't get the bomb in time here. Fnatic will get to 10 rounds.
That's pretty baller that he's able to open up the escape route behind him, though. There was no... I thought he was dead for sure. Oh, and those softened up shots through the wall. They don't have an impact. 15-10 as Fnatic just barely cling onto this game. This is freakish. That's a tag.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, we're not going to see that that happening for a long time. 15-10. That was one of the 6 rounds Fnatic needed, and it looked like it was about to go horribly wrong with all the damage early on. Kenny, as you said, somehow ridiculously finding an opening to steal the AWP back into the next round, which means he's still pretty dangerous.
And keep up the conversation about money as well. If Kenny can just find a couple kills with it, or maybe one kill that provides an opening for the Deagles. Flush at 600, Brolin at 200, Crims at 150. Probably the best thing you could say about the Fnatic defense at the moment is that at least Flush is not stuck with an SMG still.
No, he's got a bit of an upgrade, and he's got Golden with him to try and help out. They've got so many grenades between them, smoking the ramp again. Kind of annoying. Kenny would love to get the jump down and open it all up. Grenade then actually goes over the wall there to do a little bit of damage, but when that smoke fades...
Surely they pop flash him through and he just peeks it like this.
He might just be waiting for it to fade and just kills Flusher. If he's standing in that way, I think it's going to do just that. Oh, there was the opportunity. He misses it, 45 seconds. He's got on the low ground, but that Molotov, yeah, burning his teammates right behind. They're on the site, and they're bringing the bomb in. Golden sneaking up on the one side. Flusher on the other side turns for the flashbang, but can't see Kenny. There's a good opening for Golden. Huge double kill to try and bring them back in the retake. Kenny's down with the AWP. Hunter and Amanek left 2 versus 3. Can they do this if they can clutch their way into this one? It's the grand finals on the line. Hunter with one big headshot, but he's shut down before he get that flashbang out. And Amanek with just a deagle and almost no chance. The smoke is going to be going up, and Crims will take him right down. 15-11. Fnatic stay alive and stay fighting.
Just barely. Money's not great, though. G2's keeping them pressure up in that regard as well. But this comeback is looking okay. It's tenuous, but Fnatic's going to be fine with how they're doing so far. Double up setup now for the CT side, which at least can be something. Still, this inner bomb site, it's not that it's weak, it's that, I mean, G2's just getting in. There was some weakness there early on, obviously, when G2 was winning these rounds. At least now Fnatic is coming out on top, but that's a part of the map that G2 is having some success in.
I mean, enough success that any one thing goes wrong for Fnatic, and they're out.
Oh, the peak!
Charging down the line, running in a straight line, and JW able to pick that kill up, no problem. 4 men in the yard, just Flusher inside, and again, in spite of the weakness, they have nerves of steel right here, Fnatic, and they win the 2 opening fights.
It's happening again, just like Inferno. Fnatic seem to be playing stronger as this goes on, as this comeback goes on. Good shot from JW again over the flames. 5 on 2, and not a single point of damage is done to Fnatic.
Bit of a weird miss and an excellent shot from Hunter. But it's a 2-on-5, and they've just got that first kill.
He could actually do this.
Yeah, he could do it, but they're already waiting for him. There's some heads-up play. Smart thinking from Crims, not making any mistakes this time. And Amanek, yeah, he's being flanked already. But you're right, if he gets the kill and they get the bomb down,
yeah.
Wow. 15-12. They're actually bringing it very far back at the moment. And G2's economy, again, without the bomb plants, it's stretching thin.
This makes you wonder about that Mach 10 rush towards the inner bomb site that G2 just snatched away from Fnatic for no good reason. What happens if that doesn't occur? What happens if Fnatic is able to establish their economy when G2's still only at 13? This defense now, they've rattled off 4 in a row. They've got money now. They've got the AWP on JW still. They've gone away from the double up. And for G2, they've just called their final timeout.
Yeah, they don't have any more left. That in itself is hard to deal with.
This is where that experience we mentioned in Map 1 comes into play. All the trophies that JW, Crims, and Flusher, that core of Fnatic have won, the amount of times they've won on this stage itself, this specific stage. No strangers to these scenarios. Smokes come up.
Very, very deep Ivy smoke on JW. Flashbang, and he just takes the timing shot. Molotov to try and hold them back. I think they would actually have loved to have tried to speed that up and, again, just draw back that beat defense, maybe. They're going to go for it anyway here.
Oh, they're going to try to an old school split through CT spawn.
He's so ready for a JW. He's in such a safe position. Does miss the chance, and Kenny, that's a CC. Nice taps going on.
Wait, Kenny's pulling so much attention away. The B bomb site is wide open. This is a completely faked out the defense. Fnatic, yeah, it's a Galil, it's a MAC-10, and it's a Deagle. It's still going to be a tough retake.
Yeah, they're really far away. It's going to be 10 seconds before they're even close to doing this, so that's already so much time off the bomb. There's a single flashbang on Nexa. Out of all the ways you could lose, this is not how you want to try and do it. And look at how paranoid they are. They're so worried about someone being pushed up forwardly that they're still waiting. Fnatic, now is the time to move. They don't have a smoke to try and go for the defuse. They need to run and shoot right now. Time is of the essence. Amanek goes down. Nexa and Hunter left trying to stay tall here. Nexa's dropped, and that means Hunter up on the high ground. He's going to have to jiggle peek this all day. They're already on the bomb, and that's a bit of a shutdown. Right back to it. Brolan immediately on the defuse. 3 kills. They don't get it. G2 have done it.
Oh, off the back of a fake. It was the inner bomb site the whole half.